Hey guys, this is the Vinyl Casket, and I'm Nick, your host, to my ever expanding world of nonsense. So I talked about it in the last time I streamed, that every Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday, after I pick up my comic book, my weekly pull list on Wednesdays, that I would be. Just make sure that this is dropping A-frames. Yeah. That I would be doing like a review after I read them. I'm gonna try to make sure because sometimes I have no drive and I don't read them until like almost the next week. So I decided, you know what, I'll do is I'm gonna do. I think I'll start with. There's no real overlap, I think. So I'm gonna do the books from this week that I pulled this week, and then I'm going to uh, do the books that I got last week and talked about on the last stream, but I didn't review them because I haven't done that yet. So let me make sure. So we'll do Marvel first. But it's only two books. So the first book we're going to talk about is the giant-sized X-Men Phantom X. So really, if you're into the X-Men universe at this point, before COVID, it was books are coming out every week like crazy. Um, so if you're already into it, I say just keep going. The books are getting better. They kind of the dead weight that I thought of that I was feeling kind of got fell off with Marauders is slowing down. Like I like Marauders, but it's like slowing down, and I can't even think of it. But the one with Psylocke, Cable, and X-23 that shattered something. Um, that's done. So but the giant sizes are really cool. The oversized issues. Um, why am I dropping frames? Why am I dropping frames? Okay, like should be no reason. Most of the internet's you know. Okay, we'll plug it in. Internet's running fine. We should be good. All right. All right, we should be good. I don't know. Keep the stats open just in case. Okay, so it's a little bit of an oversized issue. Art is really good. It's say no. This is the variant cover. Um, Stories obviously by Hickman, who's doing all by. He's in charge of X. Charge of X, but the oversized are all by him. Story and art by Rod Rees. Art is fantastic. Basically, you get a really good background story on Phantom X. It's like really trippy, and the whole he's from like this lab which is called the World. Um, like if you've been following Phantom X through like X Force and New X Men, it kind of takes you through all these different time periods. You get to see like OG Hellfire Club. You get to see uh, um, Dum Dum Dugan and the Howlers and Howling Commandos. All these different costumes he has. Um, and then he has a clone. Like apparently, like there was all these different genetic things, and each one was identical, except they all had a different genetic like mutant gene or something like that. Except there was a mistake. There was two, and they were supposed to kill one of them. Well, Phantom X, I guess, is the one that was supposed to be killed, and somehow got out, like as an infant, and he's been trying to get in and get his brother out. Now his brother's like this god, and it ends on like a cliffhanger because I guess Storm's sick. I think we kind of got that in giant sized Emma and Jean. that she's sick. But you get this is like how it just says you can't see that, but it just says I can't get out of focus to work. Like I had it working, and then it only focuses on my face for some reason. So, but basically, he says, "Welcome to the world," and interesting. I think that all these giant sizes are leading to something in the main X Men stories, which is really cool. And the other X Men book I picked up this week is just X Men. Is this 11 or 10? Oh no! All right, so this is the Empire series. So this is book 2 of 4. It ties into the Empire event, and if you read the last one, you have is it Penance, Magic, Angel, multiple men are on this. Go to Judge. How do you say Genosha? Go to Genosha, where apparently there's all these zombies because of Scarlet Witch. I don't know what she did. I don't remember reading that. Apparently, there's everyone that died because of M Day is now a zombie. And then the plant aliens that invaded in Empire are trying to take over, and they're trying to fight Krakoa. And Krakoa doesn't like these plant people, and the zombies are attacking the plant people. And the X Men team that's here is trying to, do it. And then I don't remember what book it was that they were introduced. I think it was an X Men book, like it was a main X Men title, where they horticulture, like these old grannies. They use like all plant based stuff. They get involved at the end of the last one. So in this one, it's a big ass brawl between everybody. Horticulture teams up with the X Men, and Black Tom shows up, and really cool. The self destruct. You get a little miniature Black Tom out of like dust on Angel's arm, and then you get my favorite is that um, Magic goes like you know horns and hooves mode, and then she goes full on demonic silver armor giant sword mode and summons all the telepaths from Krakoa to come there. And you get this like end scene where all these different telepaths are coming in through the gate. And I think the gate at this point is has eyes on it. I think it is Black Tom Cassidy. So, really good book. I highly recommend. These are real side stories, but they tie into everything that's going on. X Men 10 tied in directly to what was going on the moon with Empire. So I like it. I think it's only 4 issues. If you can pick up issue 1, get issue 2. If you can't, I don't think that the story really stands alone. If you don't know what just happened, um, you know what? We'll go to last week's X Men books. Uh, Marvel books. I'm really only reading X Men from Marvel. They're not really doing anything else for me. They were doing Strange Academy. I'm reading, but that hasn't come out. The new issue hasn't come out, and then they were doing something else. Sorry, I'm like looking down here for it. Oh, Force Works. So they were doing Force Works, and I read the first 2 issues. I think it was a 3 issue or 4 issue series, but the last issue just never came out, as far as I know. So I was talking about it. Let me just get into it. Last week I got X Men 10, which ties directly into the Empire. Basically, from what's going on, I said this before. You think that you're gonna get like the whole Summers family, well, everyone living on the moon. No, they're all on vacation somewhere else. It's just Vulcan and the 2 girls, and it's mostly just Vulcan. He goes like complete god mode on these guys, and you get a lot of stuff that happened when he was trying to be emperor, and with the Kree Skull War. Um, Really cool. I felt like it was a really short story, but it was like there was no filler. There's no extra stuff. It's just this one story that ties into everything that's going on because they try to invade the moon. So he goes over there, he lights them up, and that's it. Simple, simplistic, one story. Developed him a little bit, which he's a cool character. I think all the Summers characters are really cool. Um, Summers characters. Let's just do Cable. It's issue 2. You do not need to read issue 1 to do this. Issue 1 came out a while ago before Corona came out. Happened. um, or got bad. Um, Basically, all Emma Foster's Coco's, all five of them are dating Cable. That's really all I got out of that is that he's mentally dating a telepathic quintuplet. Oh, in the space. So okay, so that happened in the first one, I think, right? I don't know if that was in that or in Shadow, the Fallen something, Fallen Angels. Was that in Fallen Angels or was that in the Cable one? I'm not sure, but this sword he has is like an alien artifact, and these three things are on it on their way, and they just showed up, and they're fighting him. There's this big brawl, and then Emma Stone is talking to Scott about get your son in line. I think it's leading to something good. I really hope because if it doesn't get like really significantly good with the main story, I feel like issue five is probably going to drop it. Even though I do like the artwork, Phil Noto, good artwork, great covers. Cable's cool. Like I like the way they're writing young Cable. Um, 'Cause this is right. Last week, this is one of my favorite books. So I waited a long time for X Factor to come out. So basically, North Star senses that his twin sister Aurora is dead. They won't bring her back without proof. He has to go get proof. Polaris pulls him aside and gets a whole team together. Really cool team. I'm a fan of everybody here, except I've never read any books with iBoy. I don't know who iBoy was. Like I knew he existed because I've seen like memes and stuff about him, but I never read anything with him in it. Really cool powers actually, even though he looks ridiculous. Um, so iBoy, Prodigy, which I thought didn't have any powers after M Day, but what they say in here is that he got reincarnated, so he has his powers again. Polaris, Rachel Summers, North Star, and Dakin. So right there, besides those two, besides Prodigy and iBoy, you have a stacked roster of X Men, three of which are legacies. Wolverine's son, Magneto's daughter, and the alternate universe version of Scott and Jean's daughter. Right there, that's legacies. And North Star's like an OG Alpha Flight. So yeah, the artwork here was really good too. This is it Silver or Ball Beyond? Also, Dakin's bisexual, and he has some like kind of weird what's the word um hormone thing where you can attract and manipulate people's feelings and what they're seeing, which I didn't realize that was a thing. You get a lot of backstory to him. Basically, becomes a detective agency though, like X Force was at one point with under Multiple Man. It would be really cool if Multiple Man was in this book and not in the X Men Empire stuff. Even though I know he has his own job doing something else, um, it would be really cool to see him and Polaris part of X Factor and Strong Guy. If they could bring Strong Guy back, that would have been sick. But I like the lineup. Art's really good. Doesn't it's the other page. You get a lot of dialogue with the five the characters that can bring people back, and how they like the council. Everyone agrees that hey, we can do this together. Artist is David Baldion. Colors by Silva. Colors anything special? They're very, it's realistic. Um, Any big splash panels? I'll show you a splash. Yeah, you don't get any real splash pages, but like they build a thing called the Boneyard. Like Polaris works with Krakoa and builds her own tower, which is called the Boneyard, and they with Forge set up a system through Forge and damn, I'm forgetting names. Um, Sage that they can now see all the cases. That's all this pink stuff and all like the different cases that they have to go through. So it's really cool. It's gonna branch off into something really cool that I'm really excited for. So that is all of this week's and that week's Marvel books that I picked up. So let's get on to this week's DC stuff. So obviously, because you saw it first, we'll do it first. It's a spin-off. Okay, so we have Death Metal Legends of the Dark Knights. This is the last book I read as of today. I read everything yesterday except for this book. Um, so it's a one-off. One main story about how hopefully I'm not spoiling this. Hopefully you're up to date with Death Metal. But they took the Batman Who Laughs brain because he was killed by Wonder Woman, and they put his head in alternate reality. Bruce Wayne, who is Doctor Manhattan, he becomes Bat Bat Manhattan. He's Bat Manhattan, but now his brain's in there. So now he's this old new thing. You get a really cool splash page. Well, you get a couple good splash pages. So you get this. I hope you can see that. But this sick splash page, and then you get this like right after. And I know it's supposed to be Batman, but it really looks like that could be Clark Kent. um, and you get this really cool nod in the artwork. You're not gonna be able to see it, but that is like a Judge Dredd Batman shooting Penguin. Really cool. The story is really interesting. It really just gives you like some mental background on the person who is the Batman Who Laughs, how he was a regular Batman and everything Batman did, but he couldn't get. But the Batman's biggest fear of Joker pushing too far actually happened, and he becomes the Batman Who Laughs because when he killed Joker, he had it rigged up that some toxin was released out of his body when he died, if he was killed, and it turned him into the Joker, which is genius. Um, the other stories you get, which is, I think is going to be another one-off. Um, the Robin King, King of Pain. Basically, it's like a twisted, like the day of It's a universe in which the day of, or right after the Wayne's being killed, he gets sick and twisted. And he kills the killers as a 10-year-old boy, and becomes this really screwed up version of Robin, and kills Alfred. Then you get like some no background, but just a weird like 2 pages of B Rex, which is Batis, Batman Saurus Rex. It's 2 pages and there's no real background. It's literally just like him doing some stuff. And then okay, so this one was cool. What was the name of the story? Oh, this is the Batcastle. So this man, the city. Uh, it's like an older like Batman Beyond style Batman, but Bruce Wayne has let Damian become Batman, and everyone is dead now, and Damian's blaming himself, and he finds some like mystic book, draws a pentagram with a bat on the ground, kills Damian in his arms, and becomes one with the house, and that's how you get Castle Bat. Um, then you get like a couple pages about uh, the truck that has Batman installed in it, and the last story is about a baby who becomes Batman. That's only 2 pages too, right? Yeah, it's just some weird stuff, but definitely worth it. I think this was definitely worth it. I'm enjoying everything Death Metal. I'm really excited for Speed Metal. I'm really excited for all the Fallout stuff and all the everything that runs off out of this. I really hope they keep doing this. I'm having a lot of fun with it. The covers are always cool. The variants are always really cool. I don't know where I have. Oh yeah, right here. This is a variant. So I have two variant covers. This is the only cover I have so far out of the stuff that's like a regular cover. Uh, if you're wondering, I do bag and back my books. I just haven't gotten around to it. I just read these. Death Metal 1, I have this variant cover. And then Death Metal 2, I have the 1 or 25 cover. I'm really hoping I can get the rest of the variants. I was, they just gave, that's what they gave me. Let's do, all right, so this is the book I'm upset about because I picked this up late because I didn't really, wasn't paying attention to what was going on. I didn't realize they were doing a second version of DC, like a spin off of DC's. Because I got the free book. The I'm gonna give it this way. I got this, which is End of Everything Starts Here. I didn't read it yet. I have a whole stack of free books I've been getting that I haven't read that I'm gonna do like an extra episode on. Um, but so I didn't know this was happening, so I picked this up this week, not realizing that at the same time issue 2 came out. So I was like, whatever, maybe I won't like it. I love it. Um, that's Damien. That's John Kent. You don't really see Swamp Thing in this book. And then Wonder Girl's Wonder Woman. Who else is there? John Constantine. So you see John Constantine for like a little bit, like in the beginning, and then you don't see him the rest of the book. So I didn't know like were we supposed to care about John Constantine being in the book. He's in the first like 3 pages, and yeah, it's cool artwork, and get to see like the ghosts of like Barda, and Terrific, and Miracle, Blue Beetle, Gold, Booster Gold, and Zatanna's yelling at him. But the story doesn't really. You get a Cyborg, his head in the ground, and they go there to save him. There's an alien race. I don't remember a lot of what happened in DC's because I don't think I was really paying attention when I even read it. To be completely honest with you. Um, but the new Green Lantern to replace Hal. I mean, the person that replaces Hal is Black Canary, which is just so cool, and she has the sword, so it's just really cool. I don't want to spoil this. There's some really cool art at the end. A lot of really cool things happen. I can only hope it gets better. I'm gonna pick up next week. I'll review issue 2, even though everyone's gonna know about it already. I don't know if I was saying pick up, but definitely I would. Basically, the first issue, I would pick up the next 2 issues. Hopefully, it continues. Hopefully, it gets really good. Damien's a great Batman. A great Batman. All right, so now let's get into the serious stuff. Do I have anything? Okay, so we'll do this next. So, Young Justice 17, variant cover, artwork inside is always good. They're a little bit, more cartoony. Um, it continues after like a story in another book. Basically, this is like a side story. So if you've read the last couple of issues, it's just following along with that. It's like a filler issue, basically saying that all civilians can help. I think it's really trying to get into the whole thing going on with Corona right now. How everyone's contribute can contribute to helping the bigger cause. Basically, that's the story I got. It's just this human giving out water, and she's seeing all these guys interact, and how the main heroes are talking to the sidekicks, and that's really it. Nothing happens in this issue. You could skip on this issue if you really wanted to. You're not missing anything. Great art, interesting story. Really, characters are really well developed. Oh, there we go. I gotta fix that. Sorry. I'm still trying to figure out. I keep going to the settings. I can't get it to stop timing out on me. Um, but what was I saying? Oh, I hate the Drake costume. I hate that Tim Drake is Drake. I don't like it. I get that might be because there's an artist on DeviantArt that I follow. That I love his artwork. His name is Phil Cho. Um, he's been doing a lot of future versions of. I'm going to talk about it in a little bit. But I picked up the last three issues of Batman Beyond, where you have Robert Gordon and you have new Batwoman. You have, Mayor Grayson and the Demon, which is Damien, like who's now the Al Ghul, the Raish. Um, that could be his role because you can't have Red Robin's too abandon the Robins and now everyone's their own hero. I get it. I don't like the costume though. The regular cover was really cool. Where they had the old costumes and the new costumes. Definitely don't pick it up if you don't if you don't care about the series. It's not like that's not gonna be your starter. There's no real story information going on in there that really you need. And then Batman '96. This is part two of Joker War. You don't get any real interaction with Joker. I'll get into that with the next book. Um, but yeah, Joker was great. You got me back into Batman. There were a couple of tie-ins leading in Journey to Joker War. I'm completely sold right now on Joker War. The second issue, I'm not spoiling it. I'm not doing that. Artwork is amazing. Uh, Jimenez, Mori, yeah, great art, great colors. Harley's written really well. The way they're explaining how kids are rising up to fight the gangs, and the whole thing with Mark of Zorro. Yeah, it's really great lead up. Like all the theater's full of the corpses of all the people the Joker's killed, and he blames it on Batman. And hands down, pick it up. Even if you haven't been reading it, pick it up. Find issue one, pick it up. It's a fantastic read. Um, they're doing a great job. DC's really doing a great job with Batman right now. They took the quarantine and everything and just kept hammering out their books and working on their stuff and getting it out there and haven't hit it missed a beat. So, all right, we're on to last week's DC polls. Batgirl. This is a tie-in, Collateral Damage with Joker War. It's the first one of the Batgirl tie-ins besides the Journey. Um, I'm assuming that this happens in between Batman 95 and 96 because the Joker is actually at Barbara Gordon's apartment. But what I don't understand, okay, I'm still trying to figure out why. But I know there's a different art stylist and it's a different artist. I don't know why he has this like side cut, like the side of his hair cut, because in the last two Batman books, I have to go all the way to the back of the book just to find Joker. Oh, if you can't tell, I'm watching Batman the Animated Series. Huge Batman fan. He has this classic, like, haircut, like those current modern haircut. So I don't understand why, because on the cover, I know the cover doesn't reflect the inside every modern, haircut. But then he has this really weird. I get it. It could just be like the artist. It's his interpretation of what Joker looks like. But like, even all the advertising for Joker War has him with this haircut in the same book. And he's wearing this right outfit. Barbara Gordon's portrayed well. Her dialogue is really good. Um, and she beats the crap out of him. So that's why he might not be there. And that's probably like a recording that Batman sees because Barbara Gordon's beat the crap out of Joker. All right. Here we go. So let's get this out of the way. So we have Legion of Superheroes issue 6. Um, you see the person who is Dr. Fate, but you don't see Dr. Fate. So this is Meet the New Recruits. You don't see Dr. Fate doing anything Dr. Fate. You see Monster Boy doing nothing. You see Golden Lantern doing some stuff, and Superboy, Superboy. But like, I read it 4 and 5. I liked 4 and 5. Thought it was a little weird, but I liked it. But I don't know what's going on anymore. Like I feel like everything just kind of got a little wonky, and I like it. Like I like the characters and the way they're written, and I like the artwork, but I might drop this book. It really didn't do anything for me. Interesting story, but like, why are you gonna, the female Doctor Fate? Why are you gonna advertise that she's in the book, meet the new roster, and they don't do anything? Only people that do anything is Gold Lantern, which is a cool character, and Superboy. Monster Boy doesn't even look like Monster Boy doesn't even look like that in the book. Like I get that it never reflects how they actually look, but he looks like this weird alien. And Rose is just Legion liaison. So she doesn't even say that she's Dr. Fate, so I don't know why you're advertising Dr. Fate. I would pass on that. Unless you're really into the series, you want to go completionist like I am. Alright, so the last three books that I have from last week are 43, 44, and 45 of Batman Beyond. So I grew up watching the animated continuation after Batman the Animated Series. Um, Basically, this brings Damian back in, ties him into the story. This guy's trying to overtake the League of Assassins to take over the world and bring in an ice age. So then they have to all team up, and you get the new Batwoman arguing with her dad, Dick Grayson, and Barbara Gordon arguing with both of them, and then a new costume for her. And yeah, very excited. Because in this book, in the last one, um, you get a whole bunch of stuff that's really cool. Great art, really great art. So you get this one page. This might be the last page. So this panel, this half panel, you got Batman Beyond. You got my finger. You got Dick Grayson, the mayor, and you have his daughter as Batwoman, matching the Nightwing colors, and then you got Damian as the demon over here. It's really sick. Oh, and Goliath is there too. He's introduced in 43. He comes back. So it's just a really interesting story they're building up, and I really think introducing all the Bat family is leading them to introduce uh, Drake, like and Red Hood. Like they can release it like a version of Red Hood, like his daughter, like his secret daughter. Yeah, with Starfire. That was sick. So yeah, that's all my picks for the week. I have a plan probably next week or this weekend. If I don't want to play anything, because I'm playing Batman Telltale. If you want to tune in, but I have a whole stack of Free Comic Book Day and Halloween Comic Fest books. Batman Overdrive. Looks weird. Archie, Spider Man, Invincible, Firepower, which apparently the issue 2 came out this week. Heard it's really good. Um, Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider 1, Tony Stark Iron Man, Miles Morales Spider Man, and Deceased. All free books, and I bet you next week I'm going to get a bunch more free books. There's going to be one point where I read them all and I do a review, I guess. So that's all I have. This has been the Vinyl Casket. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. If I get any more vinyls, I'll post it there. I think I'm gonna start doing stories where I post my weekly comic haul. That might be cool. Um, Expect a vinyl post this sooner or later when I get around to doing it. Um, Go on to the Vinyl Classic playlist on Spotify if you want to listen to a variety of crazy, weird music. And eventually on YouTube, I will put out an intro video introducing and explaining the channel. And then when I finally do my first Twitch podcast with my friends, I'll upload a recorded copy of that to YouTube, and then eventually do like reaction videos, like watch an episode or watch a series or a movie and react to it. I think that's my plan. So thanks for tuning in. If anyone was even here, um, this will be recorded and uploaded, so you have to, excuse me, have time to watch it. Until then, see you Wednesday. Next Wednesday, Saturday, maybe maybe I'll play Saturday. Until I come back on, this has been the Vinyl Casket. Thank you for tuning in.